Hey guys, welcome back. This is Matt with Deep Woods Paranormal. And yes, there is a doll sitting next to me. No, I'm not Blake with dolls. Um, so today, if you're watching our video podcast or you're just listening audio, we're going to talk about haunted dolls. I've kind of had a history with them. I've come across them maybe 3 or 4 times in my investigations. Um, And that kind of has led me to, if you're looking at the video, this little girl. Yeah, she's got a kind of a creepy looking smile on her face, and her face kind of looks like she's alive. You can see how rosy and red her cheeks are. Um, that basically, I think they've gotten redder since they've gotten here. Um, Other strange occurrences. I've seen a few shadows in the house now. Our house is very dormant. There's not a lot of activity. We do get an occasional visitor here or there, but it's not active or haunted or anything like that, which is nice. We built this house, so this land is not, or at least the house is not very active. I'm sorry, that's little Miss Tinkerbell screaming her head off. So, anyways, all right. So let's talk about haunted dolls. When was my first encounter with a haunted doll? God, it was years and years and years ago. I don't know what case it was, what case number it was, but I was helping a homeowner. They, their daughter had reported weird activity at night, and there was a lot of stuff going on in the house. There was a very high EMF in the house, which added to the paranormal activity, in my opinion. And so, essentially, what happened was I went in there with a couple investigators, and we were literally just sitting there in the dark. I was actually, believe it or not, this isn't her daughter's room, so she had a adjoining um, bathroom that looked straight into the bedroom, so I could see the whole bedroom. I was actually sitting, believe it or not, on a toilet. And the other two investigators were basically, one was sitting on a little, I don't know, a little bench or something on the left of the room, if you're looking into the room. And then the other one was on the bed. And we were doing an EVP session. And all of a sudden, there was a doll sitting right next to, and this was the daughter's favorite doll. I'm not going to mention any names in case the client's listening. I don't want to give out any information. But this was the daughter's favorite doll, and I didn't really believe in haunted dolls at that point. I thought they were just kind of something everybody made up and stuff like that. If you're watching the video podcast and you see anything weird with this doll, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Anyways, I just feel like there's an energy to her. Sorry, I'm getting off track here. So getting back to my story. So essentially we were sitting there. God, I'm getting the chills as I sit here. There's some kind of energy in the room. So I was sitting there and I'm looking at her asking a question, and all of a sudden this tall shadow stands up behind her. And it wasn't a human spirit, let's just put it that way. It was something more negative, something more deviant, something that wanted to do harm. And I'm like, oh, hey, there's something standing behind you. She turns around. She got cold chills down her back. And she's like, I got the chills. And then next thing I know, that there was just something standing there. And then it creeped. I just saw it vanish, kind of creep back down and go into the doll. It was just a black silhouette of something. It was human shaped. I would say had to been tall. It was taller than I was, maybe 7-8 feet tall. Maybe it was just projecting itself to be larger than it was. But so after that, we went back and we listened to all the audio. I don't even remember what we got, but we definitely got a couple EVPs from in that room. And one of the things that I heard was, I think, a little girl's laugh or something like that. And to me, that just, after what I saw, I'm like, okay, no, that's not a little girl. And So essentially, we figured out that the doll was haunted. The owner, because of all the activity, and we saw some strange things in that place, she ended up selling the house and leaving. And I had to tell her, and I guess this should come out now because the daughter's, this was like 12 or 13 years ago, maybe longer than that. She's an adult now. The owner ended up um, leaving the doll in the dumpster or something, throwing it in the dumpster, which honestly, in all I should have probably taken the doll, put it somewhere, um, blessed it, and probably put it in maybe some kind of a case or something. I just wasn't into that at that point in time. I didn't want haunted objects in the house that we were living in because there was so much activity already in the house. And if I brought that in there, it would have probably caused chaos. So I just told her just dispose of it, get rid of it, and essentially we'll find some other, you'll have to get her another toy or something else that she likes. I don't know where she got the doll. I don't know if she just bought it originally and maybe something attached itself to her. I do know that she and her daughter both were, I hate the word sensitive, but they were more open to the paranormal. So maybe that's where it came from. Maybe it came into the house and saw the doll and said, "Hey, I'm going to attach myself to this because this young lady is so attached to this doll," and she was literally like attached to it and took it everywhere she went and stuff. So yeah, that was my very first encounter with a possible haunted doll. I do believe the doll had some kind of energy to it, and as soon as we removed that from the house, the activity didn't die down completely. There was other spirits in the house, but the activity did stop a lot in her room. She wasn't as scared, it felt more comfortable in there, and we did a couple other things to help clear out the house of any negative energy. Um, so moving on. The next time I saw a haunted doll, God, I think it was in the Wolf Manor, which is no longer there. Didn't really pay much attention to it. And then over time, I mean, people have told me they have haunted dolls, and I've been into homes where, I've been through thousands of homes, but, I've been in little kids' rooms where you go, okay, there's some kind of energy attached to these things, but it wasn't anything bad. It just seemed like maybe a little spirit, a little kid's spirit. Um, the way I can tell is I've been doing this for so long. I've lived with the paranormal or ghosts my whole life, pretty much. I've experienced so much over my 45 years. It's not even funny. At this point, um, not a lot surprises me. It does startle me from time to time or scare me from time to time, but not much really surprises me. Um, I mean, I have things move in front of me all the time, and it's like, okay, let me get my phone out. Hold on, do that again. Except most of the time, it's stuff that I don't want to have happen. Like a bowl literally got slapped out of my hand, hit the kitchen sink, and exploded into about 100 pieces. And we're still finding shards of it in places where it's like, well, how the hell did they get in here? So, anyways, but like I said, I've been doing this so long. I've had so many experiences that most. Did she just move her eyes? All right, I'll have to look back for that. Anyways, I just get the feeling something on her face is moving. That was my second account. And then we went to, recently we did the Old Park Hotel. That was amazing. We really love that place. There's a positive energy on this little girl. I can just feel, I'm getting goosebumps from like the back of my neck all the way down to my knees. That's a good thing. I like that. We want a positive energy on this spirit. I mean, on this doll. We don't know if she's haunted yet or not, but I'll talk about that in just a second. So, anyways, we went to the Old Park Hotel. If you've watched the show on our YouTube channel, you've seen it. There was a little kids' room where supposedly they think they had either 7 or 8 haunted dolls. And I made the mistake of setting the spirit box down right in front of one of the little girls. In fact, she kind of looked like this one. And all of a sudden, you start hearing her jibber jabber. And I kept asking, man, what are they saying? What is she saying? And I know I heard I'm going to poke you, and a few other things came out, but that was pretty interesting. So, anyways, after dealing with that, I don't know. I kind of had a feeling like, well, that'd be kind of cool to own one of those. And so last weekend, Amanda and I were out, and I just had this itch. We were going through antique stores and like Goodwills and stuff like that. We're looking for a piece of furniture for Amanda's records to put her records in a record player on. Anyways, so I was looking at these dolls, and there was two of them. This one, and there was another doll sitting right next to it. And I really wanted to grab the other one over there, but I left it. I'm like, maybe I should just wait. Maybe I shouldn't get this one. Um, but it had this energy to it. And so as I was sitting there, I mean, as we were walking around looking at other things, I'm like, I told him, man, I'm gonna go grab that doll. And unfortunately, again, a young girl, probably 7 or 8, maybe a little older, had already grabbed the one that I was gonna grab. Um, Seemed to have some kind of energy to her. I think more of an energy than this one sitting to my left here, but not a big deal. I think the more you pay attention to the doll or the spirit or whatever, the more it will interact with you, the more more feedback you'll possibly get and stuff like that. So anyways, I hope that little girl, I hope the energy on that doll or the spirit with that doll that she took, I hope it's positive. I really hope that she has, a fun time with it. And I hope that the spirit of whatever is attached to that doll also enjoys that little girl. And hopefully it's a positive experience for both of them. So, anyways, moving on. Now you're going, well, what the hell are you going to do with that little girl standing next to you? That little doll. Well, what I want to do is I want to take it slow. I've had her sitting on a a display table for since last weekend, so about 3 or 4 days since Saturday, so about 4 or 5 days. And essentially, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave her over there, and at some point, I may leave an EM pump out just to give her some extra energy, maybe leave it running all night long. And then what I'll do is I'll set up a camera over here just below where she's sitting, and I'll face it towards her. And it's a motion sensor camera. It's a home security motion sensor camera. So I'll plug it in and I'll let it sit there and see. I swear, I just feel like she's smiling more. I think her cheeks get rosier every time I kind of talk about her. So she just feels like she has an energy to her. There's like a face in front of hers, if you will. So essentially, I want to take this slow. I don't want to force anything. I don't want to rush her. I want her to feel comfortable here. I want her to keep that positive energy that she seems to have. I want to let her kind of get a feel for us and make sure that we aren't making her uncomfortable. And I want to make sure that we just take our time with it. In the future, what I'll probably do is set a K2 down in front of her, and maybe the spirit box and an EM pump maybe in front of her, behind her, somewhere where it won't affect the K2. And we'll record this, and we'll just see if we get anything out of her at all. The spirit box in this house doesn't do anything. There's nothing. It's if we do get something, it's a lot of gibberish that you can't understand. It's not very clear, and I mean it could just be interference. It's not like some of the places we've gone where you get these really clear voices that say a name or say your name or say something else. That's what I'm looking for from her. I would like to establish communication with her and see if we can keep her happy and keep everything positive with her, and give her a nice home here. So that's my plan with this doll. I don't know if she's haunted or not. I haven't tried anything with her yet, so those experiments will happen as we go. This is a very controlled environment. There isn't a whole lot of noise in this area. We live, in a pretty quiet area. There isn't cars and everything going by, so we'll also leave an audio recorder down to see if we pick up maybe any EVPs from her. But yeah, so this is our newest project, and I know a lot of you are going, "Okay, Matt, you're stupid, you're crazy, whatever." Um, but I don't really feel like she's a threat. I don't feel like she's going to harm us in any way or shape or form. Another thing that's happened, I don't really dream that much, or I don't remember my dreams. But when I go to bed, I usually sleep pretty deep. And, I get up around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to let the dogs out to go to the bathroom real quick and let them back in. And then I go back to bed. Well, I've been having really strange, vivid dreams. And normally you don't remember your dreams, but I've been waking up and just feeling like, something's trying to tell me something. I had a dream last night about, it felt like the old times. It felt like it was in the 1800s, maybe the early 1900s. And the currency was just coins. And we were talking about coins for some reason. I know it doesn't make much sense, but that was a dream, and most dreams don't make a lot of sense. So I apologize for Tink barking. I think the dogs are barking outside. So, anyways, so that's our basically our podcast for today. Sorry for the scatterbrain there. So we're going to attempt to make contact with this doll or whatever's attached to her. I have seen a taller, skinnier shadow kind of standing outside of our room looking in at night, especially early morning, 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning time. So we'll see what happens with this, and we'll keep you guys posted. Maybe we'll do a video like once a week, updating you guys. Maybe it'll be a short little video, 2 or 3 minute video of how she's doing and what's going on. Have we had any new activity in the house? Again, this house is pretty quiet. Like I said, the spirits come and go. They don't stay long. There's no reason for them to be here. I don't think this house has, well, I do think this house has one possible entity that is attached to the land, probably. She's probably buried here somewhere. I have seen what I believe to be an Indian woman. I would imagine she's probably not even 5 feet tall. She's real short. She has this long jet black hair, and I've not really seen her face very well, but I can tell she has what looks like, it looks like what the Indians used to wear, Indian wardrobe on. So, and then I can tell she's wearing some kind of moccasins. I've only seen her 2 or 3 times, but I have seen her, as a shadow too. So, it seems like we do have a new entity in the house, hopefully attached to this one here. And we're going to experiment with her and see how it goes. And like I said, we'll keep you guys up to date. Anyways, so if you have any questions, any comments, please leave them below if you're on the YouTube channel. If you're not, feel free to contact us, deepwoodsparanormal@gmail.com, or you can, go to our website, deepwoodsparanormal.com, and there's a way to contact us there. There's a contact page. So anyways, I would love to hear about your experiences with haunted dolls. If you want to leave a comment below, what did you experience? What did you hear? Was it good? Was it bad? Did you have a childhood friend? Was it terrifying? What happened, with the doll? Did you get rid of it? Did you keep it? Did you, have a house blessed? Tell us your story too. I'd love to hear about you guys. And, we'd love to have you on our podcast too. If anybody wants to come on our podcast, if you're another team or just a person that lives in a haunted house or whatever, like Kent just came on from Ghosts of Carmel, Maine, and we appreciate him coming on. It was extremely fun to talk to him. And of course, we have the weird activity that happens. So, and wrapping up lastly, this doesn't really have anything to do with the podcast, but we want to thank everybody that essentially left a comment for the hat giveaway. We have been giving away some hats and a couple other prizes. So now we're going for 500 viewers. So once we get to 500, we'll do another giveaway. Maybe we'll ask you guys what you want. Is it apparel? If you live in Texas, you want to come out on a investigation with us, let us know. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you guys for listening and watching. We really appreciate your support. If you're on our YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. If you're on our Buzzsprout page or any other place that our podcast is heard, which is probably about 30 places now, please like there and subscribe if you can. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.